Well, it's a bit of a rainy morning here on the pretend farm, and we're very grateful, very thankful for this rain because we desperately needed it. But it does make it harder to record. However, life goes on, and the pretend farmer has had two broody hens that simultaneously went broody a couple weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago actually. So those of you that are doing the math in your head right now say, wait a minute, it's hatching day. That it is. Hey, Miss Molly. Now, Pretend Farmer has went ahead and put some chick starter feed and water in the coop for them. This will just be for the first couple days till they start going outside. But they should have access to this whenever they're ready to leave the nest boxes. And you really can't see anything right now. So here you can see there's an egg that's busted there. You can tell clearly a chick has hatched out of there, and that's one of my olive egger eggs. So really curious to see what this one's gonna look like. This mommy's got some chirping coming from underneath of her, so I know that things are going well there too. But yes, we have two rival broody hens. Each one of them's getting her own chicks now. There's the mummies. Oh, look who we got. Boy. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I guess they're kind of just sharing their mommy duties between the whole... Okay, well. Holy cow. Boy, it's a lot going on in there with two broody hens and all those chicks running around in there. They're kind of going around everywhere. I'm going to do a better count later, but it looks like we've got about 7. And there's still a chance that you could have a couple of chicks hatch. I just don't know. I don't know if we're going to get any more or not. There's a few eggs in there that were laid that I just never got around to picking. I'm going to need to throw those out. But there's a couple other ones that are actually marked with the initial X's that I put on the eggs, and there's still a chance you could have 1 or 2 of those hatch as a late hatch, which is why you saw those hens going back to set on their nest, because they know that some chicks are just a little bit delayed. But ultimately, both of those hens are going to completely abandon those nest boxes probably in the next day or 2, and we're going to be getting rid of any of these eggs. We'll candle them to make sure there's no signs of life or that anything's getting ready to hatch out. Assuming there's not, We're going to be discarding those eggs, cleaning the nest boxes out, and kind of moving on to the next phase, which is assisting them with raising up their new youngins in the coop with everybody else around. It's going to be fun. We don't use isolation coops here on the pretend farm. Everybody's going to be living under the same roof, and we get to deal with the joys of the baby chicks pooping in the nest boxes where they'll be sleeping for the next couple weeks. Always makes a real mess, especially on the eggs when you're trying to pick them. So that's kind of my least favorite part about it. But other than that, we got a pretty neat looking hatch, a lot of variety, a lot of different colors, and we're looking forward to those things growing up here on the pretend farm. I'm really curious to see if each hen keeps her same chicks that she's got with her, or if they just trade back and forth between the two. I'm very curious. I've never had two broody hens at the same time before. They hatched at the exact same day. Two different clutches of chicks, hatched out of eggs, different mommies. Are the chicks really smart enough to know which mommy chicken is their mommy chicken? I don't know. I'm going to try and keep track and see if they stay with the same original one or if they don't. Stay tuned and we'll find out together.